Let's spend a few minutes exploring a curious question. Where does consciousness end? If you're sitting on a couch, put in your earbuds and let your gaze rest softly, maybe on a window or something ahead. Let attention settle on one object. It's okay if it moves, but keep the gaze forward. Let's begin simply. Just notice what it's like to be conscious right now. Not the idea of consciousness, just the condition of being aware. For this practice, hold a curious mental posture, a slightly abstract one, but experientially true. As you gaze forward, you might feel like you're back here, looking out. But what if that's reversed? What if the brain isn't over here, behind the eyes? But what's actually being explored right now? Everything you see, hear, feel, and think, the neurons in your brain are presenting it as this experience. Even the confusion you might feel is part of the simulation, and it's being noticed too. You are not thinking about experience. Thinking is happening in experience. If your scientific framing includes the brain generates consciousness, then it's not a stretch to recognize what the brain is generating is this, the field of experience, and you're not outside of it. The body seen below, the thoughts in the mind, the subtle feelings of posture, they're all part of this simulation. And remarkably, the brain has obscured that fact so completely that it feels like we're somewhere else, watching it all happen. So again, what is arising? Visual forms, sounds, sensations, thoughts, memories, emotions, the feeling of presence. And now the real question, where does this awareness stop? Is there a place, a clear edge, where something is definitely outside of consciousness? Let's check. Is the couch in front of you inside or outside of awareness? What about this voice? The pressure in your forehead? The thought that just came and went? Does it make sense that one of those things is more you than the others? Or are they all just textures within the same field? So now ask, what exactly would be outside of consciousness? Where would you draw the line? Let attention roam. Let it move without direction. Some things will seem more vivid. Others will fade quickly. That's not random. That's preference. The simulation prioritizing information. You're not seeing the world out there. You're experiencing the latest rendering of an internally generated model, a self-updating simulation. Let's bring in a metaphor. In quantum physics, a particle exists in many potential states until it's observed. That moment is called wave function collapse. Before the observation, there's no certainty, just possibility. Thoughts work the same way. Try this. Think of a U.S. state. What came into your mind? Now ask, how many other states could have appeared instead? That one emerged because it was measured, selected, collapsed. With clear paying attention, you may notice that thoughts don't even occur where you'd place the brain. They seem to hover. They have no fixed origin. They arise in the field. It takes some concentration, but it's observable. And it's strange, isn't it? The memories of who you were, the person you believe yourself to be, the goals you're chasing, they're all part of the simulation. They're in experience, not behind it. There may still be an intuition that all of this is appearing for someone, just behind the eyes. Let's check that too. Feel the pull, as if the whole field funnels toward a single point, the imagined you. Can attention move toward that center? Not in thought, but in direct experience? Where does it land? Anything there? Or just more experience? More movement within the field? If nothing is found, that's not failure. That's the discovery. You don't find a self because the simulation doesn't include one. You are the summation of what's being experienced. When you see a sunrise, the simulation is beautiful. When thoughts take on a dark tone, the simulation dims. Everything is happening in this conscious field, and you are not behind it. You are it. You're not trying to escape the moment. You're learning to recognize there's nothing outside of it, and the practice becomes simple. Let attention move through the field, not to control it, but to gather evidence of what's already true. No center, no self, only what's arising, as you. There's a new session each week. You're invited to subscribe, and we'll keep exploring this space together.